A lot of crazy stuff happening right now in the news, and there's no way of going through this and being gentle about it. Um, it's bad. There's people in China right now who are dying from a possible new plague, and um, you know, don't let that stop you from your job though. Until someone tells you we cannot advertise, you continue to advertise. If they say, hey, we can't deliver, you continue to advertise. You continue to do your job until you're told that you can no longer do your job because of outside factors. So don't give up on that. Because, oh my God, what's going to happen with this new coronavirus? Until it is labeled something that can't be controlled or something out of your control, then keep doing your job. I don't mean to be negative and say stay in your lane, but we're not, is it epidemiologists? We don't know what's going on. And for us to speculate is only hurting yourself, hurting your business, and wasting your energy. There are going to be some delays if your factory is based out of like Wuhan or Hubei, because that is the province that all this is happening in. But a lot of these factories are based out of Shenzhen, which is right outside of Hong Kong. And while those are experiencing some like travel bans, it's not so much on the incoming outgoing parcels. They're concerned mostly about the contagiousness of it. So don't, until someone says I can't deliver anymore, continue doing your job. And then if something happens and someone says, hey, look, I can't deliver anymore, look for another provider. And if you can't find another provider, look for one in the States to fill all your orders. Stop your advertising. Take your losses, lick your wounds, and get out of there, okay? Yeah, they are. So a lot of these people are closed. So keep that in mind. Everything's going to be okay. Yeah, 3 days. Robert Kiyosaki. Failure defeats losers. Failure inspires winners. Everybody's on this call has failed at something once, probably with me, and discussed it with me. And it's okay. Like, we grow from the failures. We grow from losing. Winning makes us complacent. Winning makes us think that we're invincible. And don't worry so much about the times where you're not getting things right. Those are when you're actually going to have the opportunity to learn something new. And one last thing, and this is completely, in the same vein. I like to talk. I love to talk. But when someone has something of value to say to me, I listen. Because you can't learn when you're talking. You can only repeat what you know. So with that, keep a note in mind, and let's get this started today. So last call, we talked about the brand. We built a brand up. We did it in like 30 minutes. It's not the best brand example that I've ever given. It was okay. We got some keywords. We know we're going with spiritual healing. We understand that we're going to be, pushing against the grain with some of this. And we're not trying to convince people to be more spiritual. We're trying to take people who are interested in being spiritual and then give them the keys to everything that they want and unlock that potential that they see in this already. It is not about changing minds here. It's about giving them the opportunity to make up their own mind. So keep that in mind. And just for a little lightheartedness, be sure you want to go through with this. Some people think enlightenment's overrated. Before I get into this, I did have a question from somebody the other day, and we are going to be using TikTok a little bit. And so if you've never heard of TikTok, you should go and you should download it and you should go play with it. TikTok is a wonderful app. It used to be called Musical.ly, and then it got acquired by ByteDance, I believe. And TikTok is it's a platform designed for 15 or 60-second videos in between, anything in between. It's supposed to be quick, easy to consume, fast-paced, and fun. Now, for your target audience, 41% of people are 16 to 24. So your message, if you're going to be a brand doing this, your message has to be on point to somebody who's 16 to 24. You may struggle to do that, especially, I have a hard time relating to anybody, let alone a 16-year-old. I relate really well to like my parents and an older generation, but the people in my generation and then the younger generation, I'm like, dude, why are you saying eat? Like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. So You have to take a second and look at what other people are doing. So if you wanted to go on TikTok and figure out what someone's doing that may have some success, what is spirituality to you? So type in, go in there and do their discover feature. Go in and type spirituality. And you'll see a list of people doing stuff for spirituality. If you want to make money online, type in how to make money online. You'll see a list of people's videos about how to make money online. So it's not just for people doing stupid things, although that's a lot of it. And then there's people duetting, doing stupid things to people doing stupid things. And then there's people doing stupid things over and over and over again, but differently. But that doesn't mean that people aren't going to purchase from here. And just in the last 2 months, I've seen an increase in the amount of ads inside of the discovery page and the For You page. So people are, businesses are starting to take notice. But ads on this platform are a lot different than they are on other platforms because they have to be native. Like they have to be organic. You can't just stop them from scrolling by having something that's completely business. Root Insurance, one of my favorites popping up now. There's this gorgeous model, probably in her 20s, who's telling you about Root Insurance. I don't care. I just stopped because number one, she's good looking, and number two, it looked like a regular video. So I want to know, hey, what's going on here, right? Who's this? What are they doing? Oh, they're trying to sell me something? Swiping up. So remember that when you're doing these videos, you can't just have like a Facebook video ad on here. So just to take a quick aside from that, let's just take a product. If you guys want to put a product into chat, I will take one product and I'll kind of tell you what spin I would take on it if I wanted to get an organic style ad onto this platform. Because it truly is important to understand the platform so that you can understand what kind of ad to put on it. So while you're doing that, I do want to talk about another program that I use. So I'm going to be switching the screen share over a little bit, and we're going to be talking about Pinterest as well. I think it's super important to go through this, and because we're going to be using Pinterest for this particular product and brand. First, I got to actually find the share. Holy crap! Sorry. Give me 1 second here. And then we're going to switch the share. There we go. So this is my this is just my day in this. Essentially, this is next week. So this is I just got everything up again today. And what I do is I'm using Hootsuite. You can use Hootsuite. You can use Tailwind. You could do this on your own. It's a little bit easier to use a program. Hootsuite's like $25 a month. I'm not affiliated with them, so I'm just telling you, because this is what I do. I've got I got 12 per day, and then I have over 12 days. So what I did is I went and I got into 12 different group boards, and I'll post into a different group board. So each one of these is posted into one of the 12 different group boards. And then over 12 days, I cycle through those group boards. So I do one message per day per group board. And then I cycle the message, like this is group board 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on different days. And then this is group board 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I cycle through it so that way each board is getting one thing from me every day, so you can't call me a spammer. And each time one of these is posted, inside of my page, you're going to see on Pinterest. So I'm going to change this share one more time. Inside of Pinterest, you're going to see no, blue will not skidoo, don't worry. And if you know that reference, I'm sorry. So we're going to switch the share one more time. So inside of Pinterest, when you pin something, it's going to show up in this little banner here. So if you pin 14 of the same thing, guess what? Your banner is going to be the whole thing is going to be the 14 of that thing. So you don't want to pin the same thing 12 times in a row, right? You want to pin 12 different things on 12 different boards and then do the same thing the next day. So this image itself, this banner won't change much. However, it's still going to be, it might just shift over a little bit because I'm going to get the same 12 things, but onto 12 different boards. So that's Pinterest is all about social sharing. So I'm going to go back and switch this back to here. I'm going to talk about Pinterest for a second. From here, you can look for anything. Pinterest is not a social media website. Pinterest is a search engine. Don't think of Pinterest as social media. Yes, we are sharing. And yes, it is our photos and videos. But just because it's our photos and videos doesn't actually make it social media. What we're doing is we're cataloging all this information, and instead of it being delivered to them, it's actually something they have to search through. So let's start here. Say I wanted to look for spiritual healing. We're going to go spiritual healing, and this is the most popular by SEO standards. So whatever Pinterest uses as their SEO algorithm, I'm not going to get into that today. They take the word spiritual healing, they go through and they say, these are the best pins for spiritual healing. These are the most recent pins. You put a hashtag in there. So why is this important? How do I show up in the most recent? Number one, you put hashtag spiritual healing in your post. So it takes the most recent that have the hashtag spiritual healing, right? That's it. So while this right here may show up in spiritual healing when I search for it, because it's new, it will not show up at the top. So most people are looking for new information if they've been on Pinterest a while. Okay, so they're not sitting here like, yeah, let's look and see if anything's changed on spiritual healing. Oh, the same crap. No, they know better. They're like, oh man, let's see what's going on today in spiritual healing. Maybe I can learn something new. My yogi's been telling me all about this brand new idea. I wonder if it's there. So they know. People know how to use this. So number one, don't take what you don't know and apply it here, okay? And I try to say this about everything. A lot of people are going to say, well, this is how I do things. So this is how everyone does things. It's a bias. It's a cognitive bias. This is how your brain works. We're all guilty of it. So this is when you're thinking fast. So if I were to tell you, hey, I ask you, what's 2 + 2? You know it's 4. Okay, that's your fast brain. You already know the answer. Disregard your fast brain. Disregard any kind of bias when it's coming here. People search differently on Pinterest than they do on Facebook and on Google. Because in Google, they're going to search for what is spiritual healing, right? They're not going to look at that. They're going to do spiritual healing. And then they're going to look. They are already conditioned to look for a keyword as opposed to a question. And then, how is Pinterest set up? Boards. So while you don't have to go and get yourself in all these different boards, why is it important? So number one, let's talk about what boards are. Pinterest is like having your own virtual cork board where you put ideas up on and then you look at them from time to time. Or you go to your neighbor and say, knock, 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 hey, Lucy, can I see your cork board today? And that's what you're doing when you search for boards. Now, how do you get into group boards? Well, how the heck do I know if these are a group board? I'm going to show you one. We're going to have to find it, but I'm going to show you one. And if you see one on the right-hand side, I apologize. I can't see that. Here's a group board. So you see how there's a little circle in here and it's split up? There's 2 people who are allowed to post on this group board. Chances are they won't let me in. I'm not going to say they won't, but I'm not going to bother with that right now. So there we go. Spiritual healing. There's 3 people who are allowed to do this one. She is the owner of the board. The first person is the owner of the board. I can just go here. I can message her and say, hey, Sarah, I really like your board. I have some things. I'm into spiritual healing. I have some things I'd like to share. Is it okay to add me to this board? And she'll say, yes or no. But guess what? You put that in a template and then you send it out. You're done. Don't worry what she's going to say. She's going to say yes or no. You move on. But there's only 77 followers here, so we probably aren't really interested in getting to this one. What we're looking for is a low amount of pins, a high amount of followers. I'm not going to go through and do this. It's tedious. It's boring. It's work. But you should know this is a group board because it has these little faces here, and they have 337 pins with 77 followers. 77 is a huge number when you're first starting out. I'm not saying swing for the fences and go for 110,000 followers with 2,000 pins. You want to go after 77 followers, do it. Just understand that your time is valuable. You should probably go to something like 1,000 followers. And if you don't have enough in your niche, then start looking elsewhere. Start bringing the number down. Like right here, 152 followers. So real quick, Pedro said, be sure not to use a bot and get your account shut down. So Pinterest is really, really, really strict. I got shut down for something off Pinterest. And nothing crazy. It was just a redirect on my website that they didn't like. So be very, very careful. I'm going to go back to TikTok. Nobody shared anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to something absolutely off the wall. Okay. Cat harnesses so you can take your cat on a walk. I got permanently banned. They shut me down. So cat harnesses. So how on Facebook we would show a video of the cat harness and someone using the harness and then talk about buy it now. On TikTok, it's a little bit different. Okay. So I'm sorry I'm jumping back to TikTok, but on TikTok, it's a little bit different. Hey, Bruno. On TikTok, what you would do is you'd have a stupid video of you using the cat harness and your cat freaking out or absolutely loving it. Nothing wrong with taking some video of your cat actually rolling around in the grass going, oh man, this is great. And there's nothing wrong with actually watching your cat go prancing around, right? People love that. People go crazy about that. But on Facebook, you have to get their attention. On on TikTok, you already have their attention. You can't lose it is the goal. The second you lose their attention is a problem. And now the call to action button's in your bottom left. So you don't need a call to action. You don't need fancy text on your videos. You don't need wipes and swipes. 3 seconds of you putting the harness on, talking, all right, doofus, we're going to go for a walk today. And then jump cut to you guys walking. Don't you love it out here, doofus? It's the greatest. Walking with my cat and then maybe taking a quick pan up and someone's looking at you weird and you're videotaping them. What? You don't take your cat for a walk? Come on, doofus. Don't let them bother us. Then we go and then we have doofus going, oh yeah, this is the greatest. I love grass. And then the bottom left, they're like, hey, buy this. Your cat will love it. So keep in mind that the way that people engage on different social medias is important in the way that you make your ad. So I hope that my over-the-top acting really helped bring that home. I do have a cat named Doofus. As a matter of fact, his name is Captain Reginald Doofus. If you've never met him, one day I'll bring him on stream. When I first got him, he was just so itty-bitty, I brought him on. Anyways, when doing TikTok, just make it organic, make it fun, and then put a call to action in the bottom left. It's not hard. And if you're not already on TikTok sharing videos, do it. It's the stupidest thing in the world. Don't say, oh, I don't understand it. Guess what? So many people don't understand it. It's okay. Go out there and share. Go out there and have fun. But that long and the short, just do it. Get better at it. Start really bad. Get better at it. Have fun. Okay. Whew. So what I wanted to talk about today is a content strategy that we're going to use for our spirituality website. So we talked about some of the keywords that we're going to focus on. And at first, we're going to start building up our audience on every single social media platform. We're also going to be creating a blog, and we will also have some kind of video information. Now, if you are not 100% sure about spirituality and you're like, man, I don't know if I can do this, outsource it. Pay someone on Fiverr to write a blog, tell them the keywords you want in there, and they'll write the blog post, $5, $10, $15. If you're okay with working off of a reputable site, let me know. I have some connections with people. I know some forums where you can go and get work done. And most of these places are reputable because the forums do monitor this stuff. So if you're interested, just let me know. But if you want to do this yourself, So on the ClickBank page, if you go to your affiliate page, so this is the affiliate page for the 10-minute awakening that we saw on the last video. So in ClickBank, if you just click, let's see if, so we're just gonna, so in ClickBank, we're not gonna log in. I'm just gonna, in the box that shows up for the offer, there's going to be a link that says affiliates. You just click on that affiliates link and it's going to take you to this page. And sure, VIP affiliates. Whoo, I'm never going to sell 250,000. You will. Don't worry. Just keep at it. Email swipes. This gives you the email swipe. It tells you the subject they put in. It tells you how to make the actual list, or how to make the email. So that way, if you are struggling to figure out what to write about, guess what? These are emails that convert. They want you to convert because they don't make money unless you convert. So they're giving you stuff that'll help you. Email swipe number 2, email swipe number 3. This is if you have a list of people already, or you build a list and you want to know what to send them. This is a great place to start building your content strategy. So we have our email list already. You don't even have to build anything, or sorry, we have our email content already. You just need to build a list. As you can tell, I'm getting really excited about this because I'm having a lot of fun. Facebook ads. Okay, so Facebook ads, as much as I want to say, yes, this will work, there's a chance it doesn't. But long form is fun, okay? Long form is an art, and this does not look very artsy to me, but it might work. So they do a lot of the work for you because they know that by just selling this product and letting you get money for it, they are at less risk. So they'll do it. They've literally given us 5 ad copies. All you have to do is get a catchy, they're even telling you abundance, enlightenment, manifest, personal growth and development, spiritual music, spiritual transformation, The Secret. It's a book. They tell you the ages to go after. So TikTok may not be the best for us because 40 plus, but there's still 40 plus people on TikTok. There's 500 million users daily, active users on TikTok. I'm sure that it's not all 16 to 24. So you want your Facebook ads. Blog posts. Holy crap, they did all the work for you. Here's the thing about blog posts, though. If someone gave you the blog post, you have to rewrite it. Google looks for plagiarized content. If you just go here and say, oh yeah, I'm creative. I'm the greatest. Oh yeah, copy paste. Google will not help, will actually force your information down on its search engine rankings. And if you don't know, Google doesn't actually give you more than 20 pages anymore. It stops it and says, well, there's enough here, so this is the similar ones. If you want more, you have to click a button. So you may not even show up in the first 20 pages. Chances are, if this is going as well as it's going, you probably won't show up at all. So there's some blog posts, but this is great for somebody who doesn't know anything to write about. They're literally giving us all the ammo that we need for content, and we don't have to do anything. So make sure you go through this offer. Heck, they're even giving you a review site. I promise you the reason that I'm not going to the VSL yet is I want to do that last. This is a review of it. They literally give you a review. You're not good at writing scripts for YouTube? Dude. Have you ever had a truly spiritual moment, truly spiritual experience? For most people, spirituality is more of an idea than something they actually get to feel. You know, but if you use the right techniques, it's possible to open up your mind to the universe and experience something on a whole new level. Science has recently discovered that blah, 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 blah. Okay, so I don't mean that to minimize anybody who's spiritual. I'm just saying I'm not going to talk about the whole thing. But it's an entire script that you can read while talking to the camera and say, this changed my life. And I did this. And frankly, this program is massive. And you say, but Joe, I'm not good at doing videos. You hop on over to Fiverr and you pay somebody, say, hey, I have a script. Can you do me a favor? And can you do this script for me? It's going to be about a 20-minute or a 20-minute job, maybe an hour job. But Yeah. People make affiliate marketing hard. Businesses make affiliate marketing easy. It's us. It's our fault that it's hard because we try and go as derivative, as simple as possible. We say, you know what? We don't need to nurture those leads. We're just going to send them right to the offer page. No, stop. If you want to be an affiliate marketer, and that's okay. Look, I'll teach you drop shipping. I'll teach you how to run a business. I'll teach you how to be an affiliate marketer. I don't care. You want to make money online, I'm going to help you. You want to be an affiliate marketer? Learn how to build a connection with people. How do I make money? I sell my time, I sell my expertise, and I'm an affiliate marketer. What do? I get up every day and I make sure I have at least one new video bringing some value and trying to make a connection with my audience. That's the missing link. Build a connection with your audience. I look into my, as distracted as I am, because like in my top right, I have myself, and then I have in the bottom right, I have my chat. In the top left, I've got everything else. I can get distracted. I try and look into the camera as much as possible because it builds a connection. So keep that in mind. If you want to be successful in affiliate marketing, you have to be able to build a connection. Now, I'm not saying you're going to go to everybody and say, hi, I'm Joe. I'm going to be the person that teaches you the 10-minute awakening. But what you're going to do is you're going to say, this changed my life. And before this, I was just like you. Every day I woke up and I felt like there was something missing. And if you can get them in with that and they trust you, all you have to do is, look, we're friends now. I would recommend for all of my friends to do this, as I'm recommending to you. It's better than going to a used car salesman and them saying, hey, what can I do to get you on a brand new car a new to you car today? And getting in there, you're like, this guy's just trying to shill crap on me. So build that trust, and that is going to go so much longer. Okay, so, and Bruno, I don't mean any disrespect from that. Not every used car salesman is sleazy, but you know what I'm talking about. He's got that terrible comb over. He's got he's got the patches on his elbows on his suit, and he's probably wearing plaid. And his breath probably smells like coffee. And so, and Gavrin's like, so give them something free and then sell them something afterwards. So, Bruno, you're laughing. I bet you know someone like that. You work with someone like that. So here's the deal. We're going to be giving away this for free, the spiritual supremacy. This isn't a taco supreme, it's a spiritual supremacy. We'll be giving that away for free. And then once we get them to trust us, then we're going to say, look, friend, I care about you. I want you to feel the nirvana that I feel. I want you to understand what it's like to wake up every day and to feel whole. I used this. Here's your video. And it's not just some kind of crappy video. So real quick, I'm just going to take this copy video URL, and I want to see how long this video is. It's 1 hour and 8 minutes. This is the same length as Bambi. If this doesn't sell them, I don't know what will. But if they get through this, oh my God, if they get through this, they want it. They're buying. This will tell you the way to get them to do what you want them to do. It's beyond simple. We have to build a connection. We have to build trust. We have to get them to believe that we're the expert. We don't do that. Everybody's wasting their time. So that's affiliate marketing. So I finished about 5 or 10 minutes earlier than I like to finish. And I wasn't anticipating this being like a 30-minute call. So I want to go over some things about Pinterest because I really do. Again, I love Pinterest. And I want to talk about it in regards to what a good pin looks like compared to what a bad pin looks like, since we have the time today. And while I'm doing this, everybody, if you don't mind, put some questions in chat. Let me know what you want to know about, what you have questions about, and let's have some conversations. Let me answer some questions for you. So let's go to spiritual healing. Before we do anything, before we start talking about sizing, I want you to think about something. How often do you think people are on Pinterest on their phone compared to when they're on the computer? And I'm going to give you a hint. It's the same as when they're coming to your website and when they're not. When they're on mobile for your website and when they're on desktop. It's 4-to-1, bare minimum. So let's take a look at this as if it were a mobile search. This looks like crap. Why? Because the standard size for Pinterest pins is 2-to-3 ratio, starting with 600 pixels wide by 900 pixels tall. So you want to have something that's going to be 2-to-3. Now, I did spiritual healing with the hashtag because I don't want you to see the good ones yet. These are the good ones, side by side. This one's a little bit small. It's a square, but these are the things that stick out. And you're right, Casey, phones are king now. This is what sticks out. This is what you need to do. Do it. 2-to-3. Oh, but my image isn't 2-to-3. Go resize it. Open up GIMP. Change the canvas size. Get it 600 to 900, and then try and manipulate it as best you can. Don't make excuses. Just do it. 2-to-3 looks so much better than 1-to-1 or 3-to-2, because you're going to be in columns. So at the very worst, you're going to be square. So if you're 3-to-2, they're making you 2-to-2, and it's going to look stupid. So do it. Another thing. Okay, so what do I mean by 2-to-3 and 2-to-2? So like 2-to-3 ratio. Okay, so it's a 2-to-3 ratio. For every 2 pixels wide, for every 2 pixels wide, you will have 3 pixels tall. So what that means is, like, if you have 600 wide, you'll have 900 pixels tall. That's your 2-to-3 ratio. 2-to-2 or 1-to-1 would be 600 pixels wide by 600 pixels tall. So you want it to be taller than it is wide by 50%. So like if you had a huge photo, 6,000 by 9,000, it's great. Still 2-to-3 ratio. Like you don't have to make it 600 by 900 pixels, but it needs to be, for every 2 pixels wide, it's 3 pixels tall, and then they'll compress it down for you to what it's supposed to be. So keep that in mind. Okay, so what's an element of a good Pinterest pin? Number 1, it's visually pleasing. The colors aren't nasty. They don't push away from each other. Purple kind of gels with this pinkish, orangish, peachish thing going on down here. So it gets your attention as opposed to like white with black. Like even this mint with black is better than white with black. This is beautiful. Little text overlay, a beautiful image with, that's some good information. Thank you, Gavin. So he said for spiritual awakening, people love bluish and greenish and hate reddish. And there's actually some psychology behind that. Blue and greens are definitely more calming, and red is an agitator. It's an angry color. So keep that in mind when we're doing spiritual healing. Color is, oh my God, is it important. And even though, like, if you were to do like chakras, there's a red chakra, like color wise. It's different when you're visualizing as opposed to when you're seeing it. So what's good in a pin? So number 1, call to action. Jeannie, good luck with your work mayhem. Number 1, call to action. Read me. Blog, read me. So how do I get there? You click on the pin. And it'll tell you what you're about to get into. So you need a decent pin description. It doesn't have to be long. You need a call to action. And when you're pinning, it's going to, you have to have a link that it's going to. I will have an entire training about rich pins and setting up your Pinterest tracking and doing all that. That's not for today's call. It's a little more in depth. But a good pin has a call to action and a little description and a pretty visually pleasing photo. And it's 2:3 size ratio. So let's go down here and search a little bit. That's the same person. And you can tell that they have a theme. And it's this background with their thing, and then they tell you, hey, this is what it is. You know. Let's go to this one. 5 ways to use crystals to manifest your desires. So, how to manifest money using healing crystals, law of attraction, manifesting tips and tricks. So, go a little bit more. Wow, crystal healing, manifesting with crystals, and crystal meditation are all hot topics. But how do you use crystals to manifest your desires? Thank you so much for this crystals healing post. Crystal healing is so new age, but spiritual growth and inspired personal growth depends on it. You can use Reiki to heal the body and heal the chakras with crystals, or you can have your you can have rituals that use crystals during meditation to manifest and visualize your desires. So real quick, so does anyone see the problem with this here? So I'm going to give this a second, and I want someone to take a look at this and just analyze what I just said and tell me what huge SEO mistake that they made, and for whatever reason it's working out. And then Gavin asked, will Pinterest ban you for copywriting? I always take photos from Facebook and post them on Instagram, and they don't seem to mind it. Is it the same here? So I've never been banned for copywriting, but I don't really live on the edge with copywriting. Remember, this is a sharing platform that's all about search, right? You are doing your best to get them to want to visit your pin. So copy itself is not as important as the photo. Like, there are some rules. There's definitely rules. You can't put certain things on pins, but other than that, I don't think you'll get in trouble too much as long as you're not making any crazy claims or using profanity or, you know, being evil. And Casey's right. That is a lot of crystals, and it's a lot of healing, and it's a lot about law of attraction. And yeah, so they're keyword stuffing. Don't do that. So the whole point of this search engine is not to pop up. It's to be relevant when you're found. You will get found. It's to be relevant. I've had a hard time reading through that. And I don't know I mean, I know exactly what this is about. But if I were just the average reader, I'm like, okay, so what do I do? Do I go here? Do I go here? Okay. But I wouldn't want to go here. And then it's all, yeah, definitely. And I bet you this is still the same thing. And I bet you they're trying to sell me something. But they did not do a good job of writing a description that's compelling enough to want to read through to actually go and do what they want us to do. Just stunk, guys. That was bad. But because it was stuffed with keywords, and I put spiritual healing and crystals and spiritual are all in there, and it was stuffed to the brims, like more than the most stuffed Oreos. God, I love Oreos. Let's do one last one. How to program healing jewelry. Simple and easy guide on how to program healing jewelry for spiritual healing. That tells you what you're getting into. They want you to read because it's a guide. So while it's not an overt call to action, it is definitely a very simple telling you, hey, look, this is a read. I want you to learn how to do this. So go ahead and click here, and I'm going to teach you how to what? Program your healing jewelry. Okay, sorry. It didn't have a title. Like, they had a great, oh my God, a beautiful pin. And then you get to their website and you're like, what am I doing here again? Yeah, so their website sucks. damn do they know how to pin. I want to get whoever made these pins, and I want them on my side. And then I want a beautiful website. All right, so questions, comments, concerns, emotional outbursts, because I am done talking unless you have those. Awkward. All right, guys. Looks like nobody really has anything. I kind of went on a 10-minute pin laced rant. There's going to be a Pinterest related training. I love Pinterest. It does amazing things. I haven't pinned anything because I've been just so busy with doing other trainings. I haven't pinned anything in probably since the 9th, so 18 days, and I've gotten a total of 4,000 views on my Pinterest account. That's not clicks to my website; it's just views on my Pinterest account. So by doing that little spurt of 1,000 or 100 pins, I've been getting great, great engagement. So I get 13,000 impressions is awesome. So keep your head up. I was doing that when I knew nothing about Pinterest, so it's going to get better. Shopify. Okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Oof. Kevin asked, "Are you planning to make a website for this niche through Shopify or Builderall?" Builderall, because we're going to be offering this as our email builder. So this is going to build the list, and then we're going to offer a ClickBank affiliate offer to our customers to make money. Now, could I do something in Shopify? Absolutely. So if you wanted to say, hey, look, Joe, I think Shopify is going to be a great idea for me, and I want to start selling healing jewelry. Well, great. Have a blog about healing jewelry. Have write things out about healing jewelry and the effects of spiritual healing and all of that, and then start selling the stuff. It's no different. It's just a different path. Every single idea is capable of being an e-commerce store or a single product funnel where it's an informational product. And there's different ways to go about these things. So it's not like you have to choose one or the other. And then Gavin asks, so should we use Pinterest to get people to our blog or to our funnel? Okay, so there's no one right way to use Pinterest. But what I will tell you is that if you build content, Pinterest is like the micro content that gets you, it's like an appetizer before dinner. And you're like, man, I really want that basket of onion rings, which by the way, one of my favorites. And then it's that basket of onion rings before your entree. And you're like, yeah, I love steak and baked potatoes and broccoli, but man, I couldn't go without those onion rings. So you give them the onion rings for free. And then you're like, but you know what? That steak's going to cost you. So you get them to something. Would they come for the steak dinner anyways? Some might. But some people might need those onion rings to entice them to be there for the steak dinner. And some might just come for the onion rings and not buy the steak. That's life. Don't give everything away for free. But one of the things that I want you to remember is that we aren't doing, this isn't a free giveaway. In order for them to receive this, they actually have to give us something first. They are giving us information. We are literally trading a product for information, and that information is their email address. So unless they give us their email address, they don't get a product, and they have to give us their real email address because we're going to create a Zap, a webhook that will send this to them after they give us the email address, and they'll send it via email. So if they give us a bogus email address, hoping they'll get a download link, they are SOL, my friend. And then, so now we have them in our email list, and guess what? We don't have just one product. We have a ClickBank full of products. Manifestation Magic, the 10-minute awakening, and anything else under the sun. And you know what? That's not good enough for you. Go find another product. That's not good enough for you. Make your own Shopify website and use your email list as a base for a great lookalike audience. No one right way to do this. It's all about using all the tools at your disposal to find what's best for you. I don't like going through and doing all the fulfillment and customer service. I don't mind it. I just don't enjoy it. So like, I don't like Shopify stores personally for that fact. So if I can find somebody who would do that for me and I had a successful Shopify store, it's not as bad. But setting up a brand new Shopify store before it's successful is so tedious. So like I enjoy the builder all side of things. I think that's more my speed right now because I don't have the time to be the best customer service rep in the world. Off my podium. Anything else for me? Any other burning questions, burning desires, or burning feelings you should talk to your doctor about? Yeah, that last part you don't talk to me about. I will sympathize, but I can't help you. All right. Get out of here, friends. I do have a video I'll be working on tonight, and I want to get it posted tonight, so that will be all about creating a brand on Shopify. This should get posted tonight. If not, it'll be tomorrow. I imagine that you only watch this once. Love helping you out. If you need anything, reach out. That's what I'm here for. I will talk with everybody on Wednesday.